Hey guys!
We're here today to check out a Patreon request from this Patrono right here on this glorious Throwback Thursday. The name of the band is Dismember with Dreaming in Red. We've never done a video from Dismember on the channel, and that's going to change today. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, let's rock and roll. This is really throwback, by the way.
I can tell.
This is like a VHS copy turned into a YouTube video. All right. Give me your thoughts on this really old school video and
I gotta
track.
say, at the start, I wasn't digging the vocals. Just right at the start.
Okay, but then it grew on you.
But then it grew on me. But the riff sounds like The Eagle Flies Alone from Arch Enemy.
Really?
It has similarities, yeah.
I
The
didn't-
riff.
I didn't. I
After this
wasn't. I
video-
wasn't thinking about Arch
After
Enemy
this
yet.
video, no, because when it happened, that's when I started thinking about Arch Enemy.
Oh.
After this video, I'll play it.
Okay. All right.
They sound. It's the first part of it. They end differently of the riffs, but it's the first part is the same.
Okay. The beginning. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to look into that. I honestly, Arch Enemy was the furthest thing from my mind.
When
listening to
you
this,
hear it, that's all you're gonna hear after.
Maybe. Once
That's-
you show me, then it's gonna be stuck in my mind. Yeah,
Exactly,
okay. All right.
yeah.
So, what else you gotta say?
But I enjoyed it. Yeah. The vocals at the start, like I said, it took a little bit of time to grow on because I wasn't feeling it. The vocals at the start, and I still probably don't feel, if I listen to it again, those vocals at the start, I still won't feel them because to me they didn't feel like they fit at the start, at least. They felt very
Out of place.
out of place. Yeah, they were. I knew what they were trying to do, and that's what they ended up doing later on. But at the start, they started on a weak note, and then they slowly got better, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. So let me give you my take on this. Listen to this. First of all, the guitar playing throughout the entire song
Amazing.
is outstanding.
Yeah.
The guitar sound, the griminess that the sound has, the melody that's mixed in with that griminess, the guitar solo, the guitar playing from start to finish is spot on. Like
Even the play down as they were doing after.
yeah. It's just like everything involving the guitars on this track is just outstanding from start to finish. I gotta say, I gotta start off on that note. Now, listening to this, watching the video and listening to this song, it took me back to my younger years and when I started to get into heavy music. And I remember listening to, well, I'm not saying specifically this band, but listening to bands around that time, and I would listen to them on tape. And sometimes the copy that you had on your tape was already a copy of 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 a copy that had been copied and copied and copied and copied again. So by the time you're listening to it, imagine the griminess that you're getting in this sound and the way the vocals are coming across. When you were listening to some of those tapes, it made it even more grimy. So that's kind of like the soundscape that I grew up listening to, or the soundscape that got me into heavy music, was very grimy. Now, I'm not saying the original was necessarily as grimy as my copy. It's just that when you start to go down the line and copy so many times, and then you play the tape so many times, things start to get a little bit distorted and the sound starts... But that's what I grew up listening to. So I can imagine now a person like yourself or somebody even younger who likes metal and decides to put this on, and they're like, oh my god, the production on this was horrible. The mixing is horrible. The production is horrible. Because it's so dirty. It's not like overly polished like the way music is these days. You put on a track now and everything is fine-tuned to the littlest detail. Like you don't hear any feedback. You don't hear like the strings. You don't hear the fingers running through the string.
No, you don't hear the strings if they're. I mean the feedback if it's not part of the song.
Oh, if it's not part of the song.
Strings is completely different because there's been songs I listen to where I can still hear the plucking of the strings.
Yeah, but some are completely removed. Like they polish the song so much that you don't even feel it. It doesn't have that organic authenticity anymore. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that a lot of bands go into the studio and they try to make the music as perfect as possible, to sound as good as possible on a record. And back in the day, that was not the case. It was a lot more grimy. It was almost like straight from the garage into the studio, and that's the sound that you got. Almost felt more like demos. People were just releasing, not that they were releasing like everything was a demo, but it had that dirt to it. So I grew up listening to it. So when I listen to this, I attach myself emotionally to it because it brings me back to that point in time. And I can turn a blind eye to all of the things like you're saying, the vocals at the beginning or this or that. Like I can turn a blind eye to all of that because I'm not looking or listening to this with a mindset that I would take on if I'm listening to a band today. I'm listening to this with a completely different approach and a completely different mindset. So, having said all of that, I really digged it.
No, I digged it too.
I thought it was the guitar playing on this track. I could listen to the instrumental version of this song all day long.
I think
fucking amazing, man. The guitar playing is just outstanding.
For me, that's what puts it to 10 out of 10 because just those starting vocals that I didn't like, and that's basically it, because the rest of the song was really good.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal. A lot of twists and turns. It's a song that doesn't have like a linear motion to it. It has some stops and goes along the way to make the track a little bit more interesting. Just phenomenal. But gotta go back again. The guitar playing is just what sells this track. It's just phenomenal. It's just like, it's so melodic but so grimy at the same time. There's just all of these different things to it. I just like the texture that the guitar playing, the sound, the tone has on this song. Anything else you want to add?
No,
I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, guys, thank you for the Patrono that asked us to check out this video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.